I accidentally tapped the end button. I'm back. I think I accidentally pressed the end button. Hello. Sorry about that, guys. Testing. Yeah. We're back. All right. So as I was saying. What? Rotate the screen. Ran out of minutes. So yeah, guys, you guys need to add more quarters. You need to add more quarters to the payphone. I've actually never used a payphone for that many minutes. I think I've only used a payphone like once or twice in my life. And it was always to like call my dad and tell him to pick me up from the mall or something. Yeah. You use a payphone to prank call? Oh my God. You did that at 6 or 7? That's first grade. Dang, you had guts as a first grader. Actually, I remember the cost of lacking empathy as a child. If you were a child that had empathy at a very young age, you were definitely an intelligent one. I can't even say the word. Intelligent one. Or you had to grow up in a setting that forced you to mature a lot faster. So I remember when I was a kid, I remember going on YouTube and there was this prank call channel that I will not say. But he used to prank call like restaurants, and he would force them to make like 100, 200 order, or yes. Yes, it was okay. You guys already know. But anyways, he would force the restaurant to make like hundreds of orders for to go and then not pick it up because it was a prank. And as a kid, I remember thinking it was like the funniest thing ever. And then when I rewatched it in high school or college, I started crying. I'm like, this is so messed up. Like, it was like 180. Yeah, I became aware. But when I was a kid, I remember like, I thought it was hilarious. But I also think a part of me thought it was hilarious because my older cousin thought it was hilarious. And I'm like, dang. Yeah, it's funny. Yeah, haha. And like, as a kid, I didn't stop to think like, oh my God, this is a real life person that he's messing with. You know? The poor workers, yeah, actually. It's true. But yeah. Now, like, when I watch those videos, I just bawl. So I feel for the guy, and I'm like thinking about how hard they must have worked to prepare that many orders just for the guy to say, just kidding, you know? It's crazy. Yeah, it's a waste of food. Yep. It's crazy. If I have kids, teaching empathy has to be #1 priority. Yeah. Teaching empathy, having trust. That's definitely the route I want to go as well. I feel like as a kid, the more you are, you know, taught by fear, you know, most Asian kids have to go through that, the more I hid from them, you know? So, yeah. Did he pay for the food at least? Oh, hell no. Back then, I feel like YouTubers were less they were less looked at as like these types of people that we need to learn from, per se. They were more entertainers back then. And then the whole influencer label started catching on, so that, you know, we wanted to be them, and they needed to be our role models. I feel like that came later. But in early times, I definitely feel like YouTube was more of a space of just for entertaining. Funny how things change, though. Yeah. The reason I don't want kids, I might mess up and they end up like that. Yeah, it's so true. It is so true. You know, as adults, we carry along all our experiences, all our traumas, all of the mistakes that our parents, you know, laid out for us. Some of us, you know, a lot of us don't even have our parents. Whatever your situation may be, this trauma carries a very, very, very heavy weight that makes you unsure of whether or not you're capable of raising a kid of your own, because you're so fearful that they might go through the same experiences as you. Dude, speaking of which, I remember going on TikTok and I saw a video on this lady that explained how she, was she a therapist? No, I don't think she was a therapist. She was something along the lines of, she worked as something that she was able to hear out a lot of people's stories on their traumas. So it could be a therapist, but I'm not too sure. And one of the things, the number one things that she's learned is that right off the bat, number one, no sleepovers. And when I heard that, I was just so sad, because I know exactly what she meant when she said no sleepovers. And, you know, a lot of people think it's harmless. They're like, oh, I slept over at my friend's house all the time and it was fine. But you just can't trust other people. You don't know, you know, sometimes it be the normal looking ones, you know, that are actually really messed up in the head. And yeah, it's true. So I don't think I could ever trust or allow my kids to have sleepovers either. There's just too much risk. Especially when, like, if the other home has other, you know, family friends or like distant cousins or you know, you never know. Yeah. Well, that took a really dark turn. Statistics say it's the closest one is the closest to you that'll do that stuff. That's so sad. My parents forbade it, yeah, and now I understand. It's so sad. Hey, how are you? I am good. I am okay. I'm just in bed, talking to chat. I missed everything that was said in the last 2-3 minutes. Honestly, probably for the better. It was kind of dark. I got lucky. I was sleeping all the time as a kid. Yeah, I mean, you got lucky both ways. You got lucky in a sense where you got to have that type of experience and fun, but you also got lucky that, you know, it sounds like you didn't, you know, have a bad situation. How's the weather there? I'm not too sure. I haven't gone outside. I've just been cooped up in my apartment, trying my best to get everything packed and stuff. It was a cop in your family? Oh my god, I'm so sorry. Bro. That's so sad. You moving? Yes, in a few days. Cali's supposed to get more snow. I'm not sure. Let's lighten the mood. I agree. Being a chef, dream career? No. Growing up, I wanted to be a hairstylist. I think it was only because I had an uncle that did hair, and I thought it was really cool. I loved going to his shop. But, yeah, I remember in my elementary school, my little questionnaire thingy, about me thingy, I wrote under my occupation is I want to be a hairstylist. School was weird. Someone tried to be you in one of your classes? Huh? That is weird. Hairstyle that gives everyone bangs. Guys, I don't remember the last time I paid for a haircut. I think the very last time I paid for a haircut was back in Vancouver. And actually, I never paid him because he was my uncle. So, yeah, I've never had my hair cut. Yep. Really, really. I just trim it myself. I remember you did someone's hair before the Crunchyroll meetup. Yes, I did Lily's hair. When I found out how much it costs a girl to get a haircut, I was like, bruh. Yeah, beauty is crazy expensive. That's one of the reasons why I also dyed my hair back to black. The upkeep for your hair is just so expensive. It's crazy. Receiving a haircut is a kind of comforting experience. Yes, and that's how I got into ASMR. Yep. I really love Latte ASMR. She's my favorite ASMR artist, and a lot of her ASMR is just services where she, can give you a haircut or give you a massage or like a facial or whatever. Oh, true. Kimmy's ASMR channel, Angel's ASMR, right? Complaining about $15-20. Girl gotta pay 50 plus sometimes. Oh my god, 50 is cheap. 50 is cheap. Recently, one of my friends got a haircut for like over $100. And I'm like, huh? Over $100? I'm about to hit up the do-it-yourself YouTube tutorial how to cut your own hair. Wolf cut. How to DIY wolf cut. I'm about to hit that up so fast. Yeah, come to K-Town, guys. Come to K-Town. Any salon, any like facial, whatever, it starts at 100. Yeah, it starts at 100. It's so ridiculous. Yeah, good old $10 haircuts. Yeah, people flame, what is it called? Great clips? Is it called Great Clips? I don't remember. But, going to a place that's like $10 per se, right? People flame, those that get cheap haircuts like that. But, the joke's on them. Because the hair, the outcome, right, is all dependent on the person that's cutting your hair. It doesn't matter about the price. It matters about the artist themselves. If they're good, they're good. If they're bad, they're bad. So if you go to a place and they charge you $100 and you're not happy with your haircut, well, guess what? Now they're considered a bad hairstylist just as much as a Great Clips $10 barber that also messed up your hair. They're bad too. Now they're on equal grounds, except you pay $10 for one and then $100 for the other. And hair grows, you silly nilly. All right. Rant over. To each their own. it's weird. I'm like fickle about some things. For example, like anyone touching my hair. But, you know, I'll splurge on like food. So honestly, I'm not innocent, guys. I'm not innocent. Before you guys, you know, say I have like, you know, W takes and stuff. Not always. You know, you want to talk about flaws? I'll give you flaws. We're all criminals here. True. We're all just vibing. We're all just trying to live our best life, you know. And sometimes living your best life means that you're going to buy a lot of caviar. Okay, I haven't bought too much or anything, but I recently got into caviar. And it's obnoxious. And I'm trying to find cheap caviar. So if you guys have any suggestions on cheap caviar, I'd appreciate it. The rich bish stuff. That exists? Yeah, well, I've seen some. I've seen some more affordable alternatives, but I haven't had, you know, the strength in me to try it yet because, you know, it does look sussy sometimes. Because I'm not gonna lie, it's like test driving the Maserati when all you have a budget for is, you know, a Honda Civic. Like I'm not gonna lie, I test drove the Maserati and I'm like, damn, it tastes so good. I had Kaluga, my very first like real caviar experience. I had Kaluga caviar. And it was so good. Like, did you know that fish eggs could taste creamy? Yeah. It tasted creamy with no dairy. It was so delicious. And I was shooketh. When I saw the price. So I'll be honest with you guys. I've never purchased caviar before. But I've been mooching off of my friend. And yeah, it's been really nice. And I've been mooching off of restaurants, you know, restaurants that have a, you know, caviar. I'll get the side dish with the caviar, and I've been doing it that way, but I haven't been able to, you know, get myself to buy an actual tin for me because I'm not gonna lie, guys. I think I'm the type of person where, yes, an entire tin of caviar costs like over $200, let's say, right? But the glutton, could probably finish it in one sitting. It too. You pay way more for caviar at a restaurant. That's true, but the thing is, like, sometimes you get side dishes or whatever, and then they'll have the caviar on top, and then that's like enough for me. So it's like I'm buying the whole dish at least. Yeah. Are you looking forward to the Streamer Awards? Yes, I am. We're getting a tin of caviar for your birthday. Noted. No, you don't have to. You're too sweet. I'm not too sure what I'm going to do for my birthday, to be honest. It stresses me out thinking about it. Last year, I had a birthday that I don't think any year could top, to be honest. So, yeah, I think I might just do the exact opposite. Last year, I had so many friends come and celebrate my birthday. So I think this year, I'm going to have no one. Not a single person. And I think I'm just going to celebrate by myself. I think I'm going to run away. I think I'm going to buy a one-way plane ticket. And I'm just not going to tell anyone where I'm going. It's too much. Why? I think a part of me is just like, I'm at that stage where I'm ready to love myself again. I don't want to worry about, you know, who's gonna celebrate my birthday with me? Who's gonna tell me happy birthday? Who cares about me? I need to say, I care about me. So we'll see. That's exactly how I feel with my family. I want to be alone my birthday this year as well. Yay, high five. Yeah. What's Walter Mitty? When is your birthday? It's the last day of this month. The birthday stream with Lily, that was fun. Yeah, we made cakes. It was fun. You've been doing that for 3 years now? Sheesh. Hopefully you can get comfy with yourself. That must be nice. Walter Mitty is a good movie. Oh. Please watch if you haven't seen it. Noted, noted. Did I burp in her face? I don't doubt it. I don't doubt it. Vouch, good movie. Alright. You did? I'm like, God damn, Fabrizio, you're about to say you die? Like, God dang, what did I do to you? Now you wishing me a death? What is this? This is a phone call with Aria. Yep, you're on the phone with me. Yep. This feels like what falling asleep on Discord could possibly be like without actually that, because I'm not selling it, or I'm not like, you know. I just wanted to talk. Do you use a habit tracker? Nope. Maybe I should. You need to put quarters in my end again? Nah, that was a mistake. I think I was just like tapping the corner of my phone, and then I actually pressed end. Falling asleep on MSN Messenger. True. People sell that? I have no idea, but I hear like there's what's it called? Like Fiverr or whatever, or ePals or whatever. I don't know. If you can get people to play games with you, I'm sure you can get people to fall asleep on Discord. I don't know. It's not crazy to me. I remember falling asleep on MSN. I've never fallen asleep on MSN, I think. Okay, guys, this is like a really crazy story I'm about to tell you, because you guys reminded me by saying the whole fall asleep business. What I'm about to tell you is crazy. Are there any kids in the chat? Actually, I'll explain it in a way that even kids, if you hear it, you probably won't really understand. Yeah, it's story time. It's story time. I'm a kid. Oh, God. Oh, it's fine. It's fine. I don't have to go into detail, but so as you guys may know, I am a lover of love. I love love. I romanticize love a lot, you know, and what love should be like. And for me, I grew up being like a hardcore Disney princess kid. So, you know, for me, you know, I focused on love a lot. So with that said, I think at some point, or at all points of my elementary, middle school, even high school, I was always in a relationship. I mean, not serious ones, obviously, because in middle school, you know, nothing serious. But I always liked someone. So I remember in 9th grade, there was this guy I liked. And he liked me back. And one day, he decided to walk me home. And when he walked me home, he told me, you know, that we should call sometime. And this was my first time ever, you know, having like a late night call with a guy, because my middle school relationships, you know, I could talk to him on the phone, but, you know, at that point it was still like landline, you know, my parents wouldn't let me go past my bedtime ever. So, I mean, it was just not a thing. So, at this point in 9th grade, I remember I had an LG chocolate phone. Do you guys remember that? It's like a slide phone. I had an LG chocolate. And I had the white one. It was the white chocolate. So I was really excited. And mind you guys, I'm very, very sheltered. My parents never gave me the birds and bees talk. The only thing I knew about sexual intercourse was that it was meant for babies. All right? Okay. With that said, I remember, so we called, and then it got to a point where, you know, he's like, oh, I'm getting sleepy, I'm getting tired. And I'm like, yeah, okay, me too. So should we end the call? Good night then? And I remember he was like, no, you don't have to end the call. And I was like, oh, why? And he's like, do you have like an unlimited data plan? And I was like, no, I don't, because in Vancouver, it was actually like you had to shell out a lot of money to have an unlimited plan. So I didn't. But he was like, oh, it can't be that much because, you know, we're local, blah, 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 blah. So I was like, oh, so you want to stay on the phone? And he goes, yeah. Like, yeah, stay on the phone. Stay on the phone with me, blah, blah, blah. And then, as I was trying to fall asleep, I heard some weird sounds, and I wasn't sure what it was. And then, it was the first time I heard him let out faint moans. And I was like, I had no idea. You know, maybe his breathing is weird. Maybe he's like snoring. But the thing is, it's like, I was so innocent that I genuinely did not have the reaction that you guys were having. And it didn't hit me until I moved away from Canada, entered junior year in America. Had I realized, oh my God, back in 9th grade, my very first time sleeping on the phone with a guy, I think he did that. I know now. And you know what's crazy is I had to pay an extra $10 fee that my mom screamed at me for because he wasted all my minutes. He wasted all my goddamn minutes. He said, it'll be fine because we're local, blah, 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 blah. And in the end, I had to pay extra money for that. Man. It was the worst. He twigged me, yeah. Definitely not worth. Definitely not worth. I'm cringing. No, trust me. I'm cringing. And the craziest thing was just like, I just remember the reason why we didn't work out wasn't that though. Yeah. He made you pay to satisfy himself. I mean, it was weird. I didn't do anything. He thought I was sleeping because I did not respond. Or I didn't say anything to that. I literally just tried to go back to bed. I'm like, what am I listening to? Maybe he snores like this. Maybe he just breathes weird. Yeah. It was really weird. It was a really weird time for me. He never brought it up odd. I mean, it was awkward between us after that, to be honest. But do you guys want to hear why? This is really sad. This is one of the saddest things, actually. The reason why I started ghosting him, which probably wasn't the nicest thing of me to do, but you know, I'm in 9th grade. I'm stupid. Was as we were walking home, I remember we passed by this home. I think I told you guys this. I'm not sure. We passed by this home that is 3 houses down from mine, okay? 3 houses. I had no idea that he recognized this home that was so close to mine. And in the front lawn was this scary, scary looking dude. Wait, Lee Raid? Oh, snap. Welcome, readers, welcome. Hello. Thank you so much for the raid. Hi, everyone. Hello. My name is Aria, and I'm trying something new for the first time. I'm literally just talking. It is a full just chatting stream because I am currently in bed. And I was like, you know, I won't be able to sleep for the next couple hours. And I don't really want to go on social media right now because my main form of entertainment is TikTok. But, you know, TikTok is just full of Selena versus Haley right now, and I'm just not having it. So I was like, you know, I'm going to make this productive, and I'm going to stream. Yep. Thank you for the raid. It's true. It's really true. Yeah. Who's Selena and Haley? I'm not going to get into it. I'm not. All I'm going to say is I just want it to be over. I used to say I was team blank, but now I'm not going to say anything because, guys, the more we talk about it, the longer it's going to last. So we have to pretend it's not a thing. We just got to move on. Team Jacob. Oh my goodness. Actually, fun fact. Did you guys know that New Moon and Eclipse was actually filmed at my school? Yep. And I got to meet the cast. Yep. Well, I say meet very loosely. It's more so I would watch them walk by me in the hallways. And it was horrible because I couldn't get to my locker half the times when they were filming. And they had this rule where if the whistle blows, you have to crisscross applesauce where you are in the hallway. And it was really obnoxious because, you know, we could be walking to class, we could be eating lunch, doesn't matter. Once they blow that whistle, you need to get to the ground and put your tushy onto the dirty, dirty hallway. Doesn't matter. And, you know, in Vancouver, it rains more than it's sunny. So sometimes the hallways are a little bit wet and it doesn't matter. You hear the whistle it's like everyone has to go down on their butt. No, we're not in the movie, no. They hired their own extras. But they took the entire cafeteria and this entire hallway. So if your locker was a part of that hallway, then you had like special access. But you can only access it when they're not actively filming. I don't know. There's tons of rules. It's crazy. It was crazy. And then I remember one of the, I forget, if I see the cast list, I'll know which one she is. But one of the actresses, she wasn't that well known. Or not, sorry, I shouldn't say that. She just wasn't as popular as, obviously, you know, the Bella Swan chick and, you know, Edward Cullen dude. But I remember she like requested bodyguards that had full-on umbrellas from all angles. I think there was like 3 umbrellas on her just to walk through the hallways. And it was the most obnoxious thing ever because our hallways weren't that big. So when she walked by just to go to the bathroom or something, it like covered up the entire space and we had to like move around her. It was weird. 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 It was weird anyways, that happened. We still in Vancouver in 90 days of rain. I left Vancouver end of October, maybe October 2010. Yeah. Anyways, we were telling stories for the raids that came in. We were talking about some of my embarrassing, weird childhood stories, and we're talking about this one dude. You missed the Olympics? Yeah, I was there for the Olympic Village, but I think the actual games itself, yeah, I'm not sure. I don't think I was there. But anyways, okay, so to catch you guys up, because you guys are probably confused, there's this guy that I was talking to, and this was in 9th grade, and I was very sheltered, but I had no idea, you know, about anything, you know, sex related. I had no idea other than the fact that it was used for babies. I didn't know it was recreational until junior year. But anyways, yeah. So TLDR, I was baited into being on the phone overnight with a dude, and because I'm doing the stream right now, you know, it's like a phone call, and then people were mentioning falling asleep, you know, on Discord, or falling asleep on MSN. Well, this dude wanted to fall asleep on the phone with me for the first time, and yeah, he ended up what's a good word? Just chat, you tell him. What did he do? What did he do? Yep. There you go. There you go. Yeah. Anyways, and when he was doing that, I had no idea what was going on. And then he was letting out the sounds, you know, the moans, and I was like, huh, that's a weird way to snore. And then I just went back, I tried going back to sleep after that. Like, I had zero idea. It was, like, to me, I was just like, oh, that's odd. Like, my reaction was nowhere near close to your guys' reaction, because I just didn't understand, right? Anyways, we are now moving along, where I think at that point, right, he wanted a reaction, or he wanted to gauge how I felt about him, right? But I'm kind of avoiding him a little bit because of this one incident. And that's where I left off when the raid happened. So he asked to walk me home again, and I said yes, and then sure. So he's walking me home, and 3 houses down from my house, I notice him kind of getting stiff. Like, I can tell he's like freezing up a bit. And I had no idea what was going on, but it seemed to me that he recognized a home that was 3 houses down from my home. And in front of that home was a scary gentleman. Like, he looked really scary. He was like an older dude, and he's just watering his lawn, and I don't know, he just looked really scary. And he just froze, and I'm like, okay, are you good? And he's like, yeah, I'm fine. So anyways, he walks me again, and then the same thing happens. And I'm like, do you know that guy? And then he says, no, we're fine. And then I think finally on the when we called each other that night, I asked him again, I'm like, what is up with you and, you know, that old dude? And then finally he tells me the truth. He knows him. But I'm like, oh, but like, how do you know him? Because this guy was Vietnamese, right? But then the old dude was like an older white dude. So I'm just like, how do you know? Is he like your teacher? Is he Like, how do you know him? And then he told me that he's actually raised in a foster home. And I was like, oh, dang. And then he told me his whole story, how he was like a really bad kid and his parents gave him up, and just a bunch of like he just trauma dumped on me, okay? He trauma dumped me, and my unempathetic 9th grader flight or fight. I just couldn't do it. Back then, I just did not have it in me to be able to, handle all of that. And I was young and I didn't know, and I was just really scared because you guys know, like, I'm very sheltered. I told you guys I was very sheltered. I was like a Disney girl, and I didn't even know what he was doing on the phone with me, So when he told me all this scary stuff, I was just like, yeah, like, I was just malfunctioning, to be honest. And I didn't know how to deal with my emotions. I didn't know how to process anything he said. So I decided to ghost him after that. So, yeah. It was crazy. It felt like my world, my little small, like, happy-go-lucky bubble was just tainted from that day. Like, I did not know that people could be so wronged or, live a much scarier lifestyle than what I know of my own, because I was just so sheltered. But, it was a good experience at the end of the day, because it's like, it opened my eyes to, obviously, situations of other peers around me. They might look normal, they might look happy, but, they're going home into a very scary situation. But yeah, I feel less bad for him after the first part of the story. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. Thinking back on it, I'm like, holy, that was some janky stuff. But, like, at the same time, it's like, I don't know. I don't remember the details of what he told me about his upbringing, but it just sounds like, he didn't have it good. So he, I don't know, I guess became naughty. Not sure how to describe it. Yeah. Serial killer in the making. No. Actually, you know what's crazy? I actually have a crazy story. I can't say his name. Actually, maybe I don't know if you guys will know him or not. Probably not. Very unlikely unless you guys, like, look into the news. But I knew a class clown type of guy, but he was like a delinquent class clown. Like, he would always get kicked out because of his sharp tongue. And he was the type of class clown and delinquent where he's, like, really mean to the teachers, but to everyone else, he was very sweet, very funny. Like, I honestly had only positive experiences with this guy. He's like a teddy bear, but for some reason, he just hates teachers. He hates any authoritative, like, figure, anyone, like, telling him what to do. Like, he would just snap back and cuss them out, and it was scary. He would always get kicked out for cussing out a teacher. But anyways, that was his character. Fast forward, I visited Vancouver recently, and my friend gave me an update on the guy. You guys want to know what happened to him? He was in the newspaper, dead, because he became a hitman. Wait, I didn't even say it yet. How did you guess? Well, that's somewhat close. Anyways, but yeah, he was a hitman, and I guess a job went wrong, and he ended up losing his life over it. I'm sorry, what? Yeah. It's so crazy. And when my friend told me this, I'm like, no, you're joking. I don't believe you. Like, that is messed up. And then he told me to look up his first and last name, and I did. And then I saw it in the newspaper. So crazy. Canada is different? No. It's just one of those things where it's like, I don't know. I feel like gang violence and stuff like that happens everywhere. Yeah, we definitely don't have as much shootings, but people, there are a lot of knife stories, I guess. Stabbings? I was like, knifing? No, stabbing. Too much Valorant. No, guys, it's not that bad. It's really not that bad. It's because I'm just telling you guys, like, straight to the point, like the once in a blue moon scary story. I promise you guys. I promise. It's really nice. It is Surrey. Yeah. Wow. You're a Vancouver, right? You know know your cities. Yes, the knife violence is common. Yes. Yes. You know how sometimes you guys, if you ever go to America, you're kind of fearing for your life, especially like in like a group setting. You're like, oh, what if, someone comes out and goes pew 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 pew, right? You ever get that feeling? Well, in Canada, I remember when I went to Canada and I was showing Newt around, I remember Newt was literally paranoid that someone might like randomly knife him. And I'm like, stop. It's not like that. It's not like America where like if you're in a group setting, like you're in the thick of downtown, or you're in a concert, or you're fearing that someone might pull a gun out. But like in Vancouver, he was scared in crowded places that someone might pull a knife out, and I'm like, stop. You gotta clear your corners. That's funny. I like that. True. Next time if he brings up being worried about knives there or stabbings, I'll just tell him to check his corners. He'll be fine. I'm stealing that one. Thank you. Just jiggle peek. True. Just jiggle peek. I don't even know how to jiggle peek yet. Jiggle peeking is like, yeah, that takes skill. Inspect button with their knives, bro. We have to be initiators? Okay, alright. Enough with the Valo memes. Enough is enough. Y'all weird for this. A stab-proof vest? Bro. I mean, that's the equivalent of saying bring a bulletproof vest, no? That's the same. You bring your own knife? Oh my god. Iron behavior. Why would you be afraid of knife in a crowd? They can only do one person at a time. Well, the thing is, it's more so, especially if you're, I mean, it is one person at a time, but it's kind of random, right? And then you don't know when it's coming, because, they can just go right in the gut. Sip of water, true. Bruh. At nighttime, my allergies get worse. Anyways. Gets a blanket over me. You wheeze sounded like a screaming child? No. It's just allergies. I'm allergic to my cats. And then the allergy medicine that I took in the morning is wearing off. Knife fight can be very physical, bruh. Will you visit Vancouver again? Yes, of course. I love Vancouver so much. It is such a nice place to be. I'd rather face a knife. You can outrun a knife. Bullets, not so much. Kind of true. Will you visit Sydney? Your name is Ariasaki Simp. Definitely one day, yes. I do want to go to Australia. I do. I have a couple friends in Australia. This is very relaxing. Thank you for this. You're welcome. I need to visit Vancouver sometime. Yes. You will love it. It is so nice. All-time comfort streamer. Oh, you give me too much credit. All right. What else can we talk about? So we talked about that weird dude. Talked about, I feel like I haven't talked about college much to you guys, huh? You should do more streams like this. They're fun. Aw. I'll keep it in mind. Ghost stories. I have one, but I only have one. But I can't tell you why I can't say it because it's going to ruin the story. All right. Let's talk about college. You went to high school with one of my friends, by the way. Oh, really? The high school in Vancouver or the high school in Orange County? I went to 2 high schools. I guess I can touch up about my high school life because I feel like college, I don't have too many things that stick out to me. I took Japanese. I had like a group project in psychology. Brian! Hi, Brian. Actually, Brian went to school with Brian. I just told them a really messed up story that I don't even think I told you. But please, without saying his name, Brian, I have to give you a TLDR. But in 9th grade, do you remember a transfer student? No, I'm not going to say it for the 3rd time. I'm not going to say it. No. Oh, yes, you told me this? Okay. Wait, I did? I thought I didn't. I was kind of scared to tell anyone because I had no idea. Bro, it was so sus. Again. No, I'm not going to tell. But anyways, guys, Slifer Pet is my friend Brian that went to my high school with me. He's my grade. The voices? No, not again. No. We're not going to tell the story again. We're not. I was going to tell you guys, I wanted to tell you guys about my high school in America. One thing for sure that I have learned is that I am never going to raise my kids in an environment that is not stable, like location wise. My parents moved me so much as a kid, and I'm telling you, it has messed me up. Changing from Canadian to American curriculum is not easy. It is not the same. In Canada, at least where I'm from, all our maths and all of our sciences are clumped together. Like math 8, math 9, math 10, and then you go in order, and in those courses you learn a little bit of everything. So by the time you're like in math 12, senior year, you will know a lot of everything, right? Well, in America, it's like all divided up. So it's like you have to start with, I don't know, geometry, and then trigonometry, and then calculus, and then you have your ABBC business. Crazy. So I was not ready for that at all. We love dividing stuff here. Yeah, it was just really scary. I was not ready for it. And I remember when they were trying to gauge my knowledge or like what I knew so that they could put me into the appropriate classes, I remember my counselor was like, all right, so do you need to take US history? And I was like, probably, yeah, I don't know anything about the US. And he's like, can you name me 5 states on the top of your head? Go. I'm like, oh, California, Los Angeles, Las Vegas. Like, it was bad. It was not cute. It was a rough time, bro. My counselor was like, oh my. And he was not having it. I was behind a few classes. It was rough. And then yeah. Which state is Chicago in? Is that a trick question? It's guys, I don't know my states. Period. And I still don't know my states. And I probably won't ever know my states. I'm sorry. And I'm about to explain it all, guys. I am not a perfect child. I never was, and I never will be. I barely passed high school. Barely. I think I needed, like, if I lost maybe one or two more credits, I would have had to repeat a year. Yeah, guys, you guys think I'm a know-it-all, do-it-all? No. I am stubborn. For me, I will ace classes where I either A, like the teacher, or B, like the class. If any of those did not pass with me, I would scrape by with a lovely D, C minus, whatever it took for me to just scrape by. Yep. So, with that said, my second day of school, actually no, was it second day or second week? Regardless, very early on into the school year, I moved in partway the school year. So you guys know in America, you guys are really weird for this, but schools start in August. And to me, that was a huge no-no. I was like, oh, hell no. I am not starting school in August. August is summertime. To me, like, end of June, July, August are summer months. It's summertime. It's summer break. So I told my dad, I'm like, Dad, I do not want to go to school in the summer. And he's like, I agree. YOLO. So that is why, even though we sold our house in the summertime, my dad agreed that it was the perfect time for a family tour of, like, Canada. Is it called tour? Yeah, I think it's called tour. We basically just went across all of Canada. We visited all the provinces that we wanted to stop by, and we even did a crazy trip. Oh, by the way, guys, at some point we came back to Vancouver, and then we took our car and we drove it all the way to Louisiana. Yep, we have crazy road trips. It was 5 days in a car. It was miserable, but at the same time, I don't know. I love road trips. Yep. Anyways, I kind of derailed the conversation there. Where was I going with this? Oh yeah, my second day / second week of school. It was in mid-September. This is all important because, as you guys may know, obviously these classes are already established and, they have set rules. And because I came in late, I don't know all the rules. So in my math class, in my trigonometry class, we had a pop quiz. And obviously, me being new and me being put in part way of the school year, I flunked it, obviously. It was hard because I think like that level of trigonometry, we only started dabbling in the Canadian curriculum. So yeah, to know the material already, I was kind of like rusty. So I flunked the pop quiz. Now, obviously, at this point, I needed tutoring. So my dad, obviously, he signed up for tutoring services because our counselor was actually the one that recommended it, because he knew that we were going to be behind in our studies because it's all different. So I took this flunked pop quiz and I got help pretty much. And that's all I did. Then the next morning, I was feeling really, really, really sick. And mind you guys, I think this was a Friday. On the Friday, I was feeling very sick, so I couldn't go to school. So I wasn't able to see my math teacher again for Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and then now it was Monday. I come in and she looks so freaking angry. She looks really, really angry right when I step through the door. And she yells at me, "Do you know what you've done?" And I'm like, no. And she goes, "Outside, now." And I'm like, oh my God. Come on, man. Like, I barely am here for a few days and I'm already getting in trouble. I have no idea what I did. Turns out she's like hardcore yelling at me because I have, dude, she was so dramatic on this. She said that I have compromised the entire math curriculum. And I'm like, what do you mean that I compromised it? Because I took home a silly 10-question pop quiz. Because apparently she prides herself in writing every single quiz by hand. Every test she writes by hand. And there's a rule that there's a basket by the door that when you're done seeing the results of your pop quiz, you drop the pop quiz into that basket. And I did not know this. And I was just like, huh? I'm sorry, I did not know this. And I was just so shocked because she was just so stuck and deep into her narrative that I'm some secret agent spy from Canada set in to yoink her pop quizzes to eventually upload on the internet. But yeah, she was essentially giving me hypotheticals oh yeah, with no communication, I did not know you were sick. You were for all I could have known, you could have been Xeroxing. Yes, because Xeroxing is something we did back then. Xeroxing the tests and uploading it onto the internet, blah, blah, blah. Now I have to change the entire course. She made it sound like she had to change every single test. But no, it's just that one little pop quiz. She sounds crazy. Yeah, it was awful. But at the same time, I don't know. I just feel like I just wasn't getting it. I thought she was kind of a little crazy. But either way, I was a little scared because, it was only my first couple days and now all my classmates thinks I'm some delinquent. But anyways, I got suspended after that. And I'll never forget how corrupt it felt because the principal, when I was in the principal's office, I remember the exact words he used. He listened to my story and he completely understood. He even let out a chuckle But his exact words to me were, "I understand your predicament. However, unfortunately, the way things are here is that if a teacher writes something up about you, I must side with the teacher, no matter what. But, you know, take it as a long weekend. Blah, 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 blah." So yeah, I was suspended for a few days. It wasn't even a 1-day suspension. It was like a multiple, like maybe 2 or 3 day. I forget. But it was insane. And that is how I got suspended my first time in school. You know, the one thing that was nice about having teachers that were kind of like bitchy and stuff is that my school is a very, very, what's the word? They're very competitive. They were a very, very competitive school. So, one of the perks of a competitive school is they want to try to allow the student to, you know, be in the best environment that they can be for success. So, no surprise. There's this rule that we have. I'm just laughing because my teacher like didn't even hesitate to move me. But partway through the semester, if you're not doing good, like let's say you're like C+ and below, if you're not getting B's or A's, midway through the course, your teacher can actually transfer you to another teacher, like halfway through the semester. And yeah, my teacher transferred me so fast. I just remember like partway through, she's like, "Bye." And I'm like, "Bye, I'll never miss you either. Don't worry about it." Oh yes, that's a thing. Yeah, in Canada, that was not a thing. That was not a thing. Unless you, I don't know, had like a really legitimate reason to swap your courses. You don't get to switch just because your grades are bad. Yeah, that teacher really didn't like me. Yeah. It's not the first time, too. It's not the first. I also got kicked out of my U.S. history class and my French class. Both reasons were because I didn't do my homework, but I did do my homework for my U.S. history class, but then I lost the book. And yeah, when I lost the book, she was like, "I can't believe you lost the book." It was crazy. I had a U.S. history teacher that stored all our homework books in the classroom. Is that normal, guys? Is that normal? So whenever we would do our homework, we would have to turn in the booklets into like these crates. And then we would grab it again every time we were there. I guess it's like to take notes or do homework in class. But then during the weekend, she'll have us take it home during the weekend to do like actual, I don't know, like thicker material, and then bring it back with the homework done. We had that system. It's weird. U.S. history teachers notorious for being odd. Mine wore cowboy boots. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know why she did that. But one of the weekends that I took home the book, I don't know what happened to my book. I must have left it somewhere. I must have forgotten it or lost it. But I just remember this teacher was so crazy about not losing the book because she said that, 60% of our grade is in this book. And if we lose it, we essentially lose 60% of our grade. And I remember the first, or when she was going over the syllabus and talking about that to us, she was just really grilling it. Like, do not lose this book. And then I was the only one that lost it in our class. It's true. I lost it. So she's like, "What am I going to do with you? That is 60% of your grade. You automatically fail from losing that book." And I remember this conversation. It was not a good conversation. I was like, I don't know what else to say. It's God. And then she just said, "Yeah, we'll see how you'll do in another class because I don't know how to grade you." So then I got transferred. And it was the best decision ever because the other guy was super cool. He was super cool. I think I got an A in his class too. Yeah. Oh yeah, he was a really cool dude. He was the guy that made us all one day when we were learning on like a particular chapter. I think it was on like just nuclear war chapter of US history. And he made us all face down into our desk. So we couldn't see anything. We can only hear. And then he was like, all right, in my hand, I have 2 buckets. One empty bucket and one that has these little marbles, or was it BB gun pellets? No, they're like BB gun pellets. Yeah, these little pellets. And then when you hear one pellet, that is 1 nuke. Now, class, and then he explains how it only takes a couple pellets to blow up an entire country. Like maybe like, I think he said 4 pellets or 5 pellets or something like that. All right, now just listen to how many pellets drop into this bucket, and this is how much the US has. And then he like kept on pouring and pouring, and I just remember it was crazy to realize like how much we had. I don't know if he actually did it to the exact, or if he was like exaggerating the numbers. But yeah, I remember my mind was blown. And then he explained about like the purpose of having more, because obviously some kid raised their hand and was like, why do we need so much when we have enough to blow up the whole like universe already? And he's like, yeah, well, then he explained like, you know, the whole, we need to be strong, or so what the government thinks. But yeah, I'm not going to talk about that here because I'm actually, I don't know too much other than that, but it's crazy. Yeah. Mutually assured destruction. Hi, Atsu. Hello. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to my late night talk. Want to play a game of chess? I don't know how. I'm on my phone. But I'll do whatever move that gives me checkmate. You had a massive bomb nuke phobia? Aww. The only phobias I have is I'm afraid of butterflies and moths. Yep. And I'm afraid of I have trypophobia. The whole like clusters of raised bumps or holes that are especially mismatched shapes. Oof. And sizes. Oof. I'm terrified of moths too. Eee. Oh yeah. And I have a story where in high school, I remember dropping my textbook, and as I was reaching down to grab my textbook, underneath it was a dead butterfly. And I'm afraid of both butterflies and moths, mind you guys. So I let out a really loud scream because it was a shock, you know, it was a surprise. You know, I was expecting to see, you know, concrete underneath my textbook, but no, there lied a dead butterfly. It was a monarch, and it was really scary looking because it was dead, obviously. And I was like, I screamed. So the guy next to me that's walking by me, he starts laughing, and he like kind of makes fun of me. He's like, why are you screaming at a butterfly? You're such a wuss, you know? And then I'm just like, well, I'm scared of them. Well, fast forward, summer comes along, and we all go on vacation and stuff. And the upcoming school year, when we come back from vacation, I saw the dude, and he came up to me, and he actually apologized. He apologized for pointing and laughing that one time that, you know, I screamed from a butterfly, and I said, wait, why? Why now? It's kind of random. He said that he went, during the summer, he went on vacation to Vietnam, and they had, he went into like some kind of butterfly habitat thingy. It was like a part of the exhibit. I don't know. But he went into like a butterfly enclosure, and a mob of butterflies were just flying around and, you know, eventually landed on him. And he said it was the most scary thing he's ever done in his life, or scariest thing that ever happened to him. So he apologized to me because it like made him remember the one time he made fun of me for being scared of a butterfly. And then now he too is scared of butterflies. So it was like, damn, that went full circle. Now he knows. Yeah. Like it's just, for me, it's just kind of unpredictable the way they fly. The flying pattern is weird. And then the whole exoskeleton thing, like the crunch, like you just know they're going to feel crunchy underneath your soles. And I'm just, something about that. I don't know why. And I don't know if I have extra senses or extra sensors. What was it called? Thingies in my mouth, but I don't know why I just always think about biting into something. So when I look at a butterfly or a moth, I also feel, you know, the fuzziness and the crunch all at once in my mouth, and it's just not a good time. So yeah. Oh yeah, a lot of people talk about the SpongeBob episode. That episode needs to be banned. I'll be really honest with you guys, I actually don't remember because I probably suppressed it that hard, but some people recall that it was the closest thing to them becoming scared as well. Cicadas, is that what they're called? Cicadas? I always second guess how to pronounce that, but I always hear them, but I actually don't see them. They go, wah, 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 wah. It's like the funniest sound. Cicada? Okay. Cool. They sound so weird. I don't know if they're the same as a June bug, but recently I remember going to a cafe in WeHo, and a June bug was like kind of attacking this table next to me, and then people were screaming because it was really, really big, and it was shiny and greenish, bluish looking. And then the girl was like, "It's a June bug." So I was like, okay, noted. June bugs, freaky AF. And I don't know if it's the same as a cicada. This is really good ASMR. Oh, okay. Nice. Yeah. Yeah, I'm not too sure if a June bug is the same as a cicada, but I would assume they're kind of similar. They're different? Oh, okay. Damn. June bugs are small and brown? What? So the one we saw, then maybe the girl got her bugs mixed up, because it was pretty large. It had wings, and it was a greenish, bluish, depending on like what angle you look at it. It was one of those shiny things. They're big and green. Okay, maybe it was a cicada after all. That's a scarab. I know. Can scarabs fly? I've never seen a scarab in real life. For me, when I think of a scarab, I think of like the bug that's in the game. Any game that has like a Egypt theme to it, like a pyramid theme, or like some kind of, you know, I don't know. I've only heard of scarabs in the games or in the storytellings. I've never seen them in real life. You know what was something that like really blew my mind as a kid? You know dung beetles? Dung beetles are apparently that beetle that, you know, that pushes around like a ball of poop. I remember thinking as a kid, like, are we really sure that it is a ball of poop? Because let's say it's rolling it, right? And that ball is most likely going to catch a bunch of debris or stuff from other, I don't know, from the ground. What if it's not actually a ball of poop? I don't know. But maybe again, I'm just thinking about like the process of building a snowman. And when you are rolling a snowball, you're collecting more snow and it gets bigger and bigger. I don't know. Yeah, it's probably a lot of dirt in there. True. I don't even know why they push around the poop. Do you think they use the poop at maybe like to build a home or something? The poop probably dries out too. Yeah, I don't know. It's a mystery. Actually, I think I remember they use their saliva to keep the poop intact or something. Banh mi or pho? Probably pho. I do like my banh mi once in a while though. But my favorite food in general is noodles and soup. Noodles and soup is the most comforting thing. I actually, the reason why I'm not doing a computer stream or a webcam stream is because I made the biggest pot of crab noodle soup and it is so massive. I think I'm fed for the rest of the month, to be honest. It is so big. And yeah, whenever I have the chance, I definitely love making noodles and soup. I love making broth. Broth is so satisfying. You're allergic to crab? No. I went out to eat ice cream with a bunch of friends the other day. And Timmy, I found out that he's allergic to a bunch of things. And did you know chocolate in general sometimes, I mean, I guess it makes sense, like the exposure to like tree nuts or whatnots. Like chocolate itself doesn't have nuts in it, but you can get an allergic reaction if you are allergic to tree nuts, because I guess chocolate is oftentimes exposed to the tree nuts, or people use the tree nuts as an enhancer in the chocolate. Like hazelnut, for example, is a very common pairing with chocolate. And he's allergic. And it's so scary. It's really, really scary. I am very lucky that I'm not allergic to any food other than, I guess, the enzyme thingy. What is it called? Proles, from pineapple. It feels like my tongue is just dissolving whenever I eat too much pineapple. But I love it. I love pineapple. Pineapple is one of my faves. I love mango. I love strawberries. I think I love all fruit. How's your food coma? It's getting better now. I'm feeling a little bit more energetic now. In the beginning of the stream, I definitely was feeling a lot sleepier, but yeah. I love durian. Durian is so good. I actually don't know if it's a genetic thing, obviously, though, because I don't have it. But some people, when they eat durian or even smell it, they think it's rancid, or they think it's like it smells like garbage or something like that, or even garlic, which is crazy to me, because when I eat and smell durian, I think it's so nice. I think it's fragrant, pungent at most, but like in a good way. Like I could keep on sniffing it and I'd be like, yeah, that's good, you know? And then when I eat it, it's like, wow, this is just custard. This just tastes like custard. Like, forget the whole, tempering egg yolks and sugar and vanilla on a stovetop with milk. You can just eat durian. I could listen to you talk about this all day. Aw. Thanks, Base Trade. I can't eat it, but can eat funky cheese. Okay, you whack for that. Because I've definitely eaten some cheese that were like, huh? Actually, it's not as bad as salami. You guys, you know charcuterie boards and you know cured meats? I'm telling you guys, some cured meats just smell so funky. Like, I'd be smelling it and I'm just like, no, that is not meant for human consumption. That almost smells like my cat's poop. And I'm just like, I'm watching people at these mixers or at these like events, and I'm staring, I'm like waiting to see prey of someone eating it and liking it, and they do. So that's probably something. It's like there are just some cured meats that just are so smelly to me. I tried raw blue cheese once and I'm done. Oh yeah. It could be any cheese. I've like there is a huge amount of cheeses, and some of them just Same with cured meats. The whole charcuterie board thing, it's almost like Russian roulette at this point. Sometimes you'll get a good one, and like for me, I'm not gonna lie, I've been just praying for the most basic ones. I'm like, please just give me the regular salami, or please just give me like the regular brie or something, like nothing too crazy. Oh, but you know what is really good, and I highly recommend you guys try it? Blueberry goat cheese. You can get it at Trader Joe's, but I've actually seen it at regular grocery stores too. I think I've seen it at Whole Foods as well. But oh my gosh, Michael and Lily put me on this goat cheese, and it is so delicious. When I heard goat cheese, I was like, I don't know about the whole goat's milk action. But then they're like, no, it's blueberry goat cheese, and I'm like, all right. And then they showed me the thing, and I'm like, oh, it's so scary. My trypophobia got triggered. It was a log of white goat cheese, but then it was crusted with a bunch of blueberries that were like smashed, and the fact that it was vacuum sealed too, like you could feel the textures on the outside, like it honestly looked like hormonal acne Aria days. Like it was just not a cute looking block of cheese. Where do you get it? I think you can get it at Trader Joe's and Whole Foods for sure. But just look up blueberry goat's cheese. Yeah, blueberry goat cheese. I was gonna say blueberry cheese goat, but I'm like, that doesn't make sense. Durian is something I would give to a second cousin, but Greek yogurt on the other hand. Oh. I grew up milking goats. Never could make good cheese. Made some killer yogurt though. Oh. But anyways, for those of you guys that are curious as to what it tastes like a dessert. It essentially tastes like a cheesecake, a blueberry cheesecake. Because a lot of the times cheesecake is paired with, like a berry sauce or something. But imagine that without the sauce, but all the flavors in a concentrated block form. And you can spread it on a bagel, a cracker, on, sandwich bread, toast. And it's so delicious. I love it. Highly recommend. What time is it, chat? I can't check the time. I'm like locked onto this app. this streaming app. What time is it? What time it is? Wait, what time is it? Summertime. 1:30? Sheesh. Thank you. All right. 3 for you. My goodness. The sound is a washing machine. Oh my god, I can't believe it picks that up. The sound is my air conditioning. Here, I'll go back under the blankets for you guys. I mean, I still think you guys can hear it even under my blanket right now, but I don't know. My AC is kind of loud, huh? Stream rewards is coming up. Draw something cool. Yeah, I something I've learned from this stream is that I'm not very good at drawing on the fly and drawing with this app, to be honest. Are you going? The answer is... Does that resemble a thumb? Yes, I'm going. The ratio is a little off, but yes. I have 2 choices of dresses, and I will draw the dresses out to the best of my ability. I have a dress that is a tube top that has a sleeve here, but then it is cut out here, and then the dress is like a little longer like this. Oh, is there another sleeve? No, I think it's sleeveless on the other side. That's one dress that I have. And then the other dress, I mean, I'm going to draw it white, but it's actually black. The other dress, oh God, that's an awful start. It looks like this, and then it has a cutout here. And then it has like small frills here. And it is an off-the-shoulder dress. Something like that. And then this part is sheer. I tried my best. And then I bought these cute bow attachments in white. And it's a train. And it goes all the way down. And it's a very wild look, in my opinion, because these bows are a little crazy. But I think it is cool. But the first one is like a sexy look. The second one is more of like a, oh, that looks unique look. I say go crazy. That's what I'm saying too. I'm just like, eh. But I might just, I think maybe go out to find like a white tube top dress and then wear the white bows with that so it's more, it matches more, because maybe white and black is a bit too crazy. Yeah, the second one is very chaotic. Outfits are low-key stressful for events. This is true. Crazy is good. Yeah, I agree. I agree. Second sounds risque. I love it. The first one's more risque. If risque is about like skin showing, yeah. Because this one, my belly button is right there. Right there. My leg is exposed. My arm is exposed. My décolleté exposed. It's a lot. I don't know, guys. Your girl has been pigging out. What if I don't fit into the dress? The second one is good. I showed the second one to Newt and he was like, ugh. Okay, just kidding. He didn't do that, but he said he really didn't like it. But I'm not trying to impress him. I'm trying to get out of my comfort zone. And if I want to wear big old bows on my arms, I will. I will. Yep. Tell me why I drew this with my left hand and it's just way better looking. Bleh. Fun fact. Did you guys know that I was born left-handed? I was born left-handed until my mom at the first grade forced me to swap over from left to right. Yep. Because I heard this story going around. I don't know if I was being trolled. Was it Abe? It was freaking Abe. Abe's fault. Anyways, I remember Abe told me this crazy story that apparently it's religious to force your kids from left-handed to right. Because apparently if you're left-handed, you're like with the devil or something. It's Abe's fault. It is? Huh? Yeah, and then, I when he told me that, I was like, oh, hell no, now you just playing games with me. And then he was like, no, actually. And then he pulled it up on his phone, and then there it was. There was like there's some passage that talks about something. I don't know. It's just a belief. It's crazy. But my parents did not do it for the religious aspects. My parents did it because I held my pencil very incorrectly, despite being left-handed. I held it. Oh, let me look at it. Oh, I held it like a thumbs up. Like I literally here. Let me draw this out. So we have a pencil. Okay. And then my hand, my thumb was here. Okay. And then I gripped it with all my fingers. That's how I held my pencil in my left hand. Oh gosh, guys, my chopsticks were even worse. My friend from from high school actually, when I went over to her house, her Chinese grandmother straight up yelled at me in Cantonese, saying that I'm a disgrace. I was like, yeah, she's looking at me funny. Oh, yeah, she's kind of speaking kind of loudly. Yeah, Iris, what's going on? And she's like, oh, my grandma is saying you suck at holding chopsticks and you're a disgrace. It was so funny. The way she didn't hold back saying it too. Oh, I love that girl. She's the best. She's so funny. I think I choked on my rice when she told me, to be honest. I was like, huh. She said, what now? Dang it. I don't know if I can draw it out. Seems a little difficult, but I'll try my best. The way I hold chopsticks, first of all, you're not supposed to ever cross your chopsticks. I don't know if you guys knew that, but I definitely crossed mine. But not only did I cross mine, my fingers did this bunny ear thing. Yeah, that's how I held it. I held it like a bunny ear, and then my thumb would come out here. And then my fingers were tucked in here. But yeah, it was like they're like a bunny ear. And then you're like, but Aria, there's no way to make your chopsticks go in and out. How do you use your chopsticks? Well, I would use the friction, first of all, from rubbing this thumb against this chopstick, and then, worst of it all my movement is from my wrist. So I would twist my wrist, my entire wrist, like a scooping motion upwards. And that's how I use my chopsticks. Like I use it to scoop. It's really awful. You should not look. Fun fact, if you ever see me using chopsticks, just do yourself a favor and just look the other way. I remember every time I ate with Lily, she would always have to pick food up for me. I'll be like, Lily, can you give me this? Lily, can you give me that? Because she'll watch me, and I'll try. Oh, trust me, I give it the good old college try every time. But it's like, it's so slippery, and it's sliding off, and it's just, I can never get a grip. And then she'll see me, like, work my wrists, too, and she's like, what are you doing? What? She's like, what is that? And I'm like, you know, I just figured I'm never going to have this down. You know, it's crazy because in Japanese class, there's this exercise that we do where I think like we're learning about the Japanese heritage and blah, 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 blah. So there's like a chopstick lesson. It was kind of fun. I think our teacher was making us pick up goldfishies from one plate to another. And then I think that was like how we got to exit the class was right when the bell rang. I think we had to transfer 30 goldfishies with just our chopstick over to the other plate. And the worst thing is that, okay, you think I'm just late to my next class, right? Because I'm failing to move over the goldfish. Well, you're wrong. When it comes to stuff like this, sometimes like my competitive drive just kicks out of nowhere. I can be a very, very competitive person. So for some reason, I literally focus all of my 3 brain cells overdrive mode to do it as fast as I could. And she was walking around looking for a technique too. Like, you are not allowed to cross your chopsticks. So for some reason, if I'm focusing really hard, and because that, like, she taught us how to do it, like there was a demonstration and everything, I was able to mimic it perfectly and get it done in such a timely manner. And it clicked to me too. I'm like, wow, this is a very efficient way and correct way of using chopsticks. I motherfucking acknowledged it. But then at lunchtime, when I had my orange chicken and I had chopsticks, I still crossed them and I did it. I went back to my method right away. I just, sometimes you can't break out of bad habits. It's hard. It's hard. Oh my gosh, speaking of orange chicken, my high school, oh my gosh, I remember it was so crazy different. When my Vancouver friends, we all went into like a voice call, and they're asking me like, oh yeah, what's America like? What's the high schools there like? Is it like High School Musical? And I'm like, yes, it's exactly like High School Musical. It was so crazy. I went to my first pep rally and I was shook. I'm like, why are there actual cheerleaders? We don't have cheerleaders in Canada. It's snowing. And then I was like, why are there... I didn't know they were called color guards, okay? I'm like, why are there soldiers? I called them soldiers to my friends. I'm like, yeah, the students here, there's a class that they're like soldiers and they have guns and they're like throwing it up in the air, and I was so confused. I remember it was such culture shock. It was the most culture shock thing I've ever seen, a pep rally. But anyways, yeah, gnarly. And then they had a marching band too. Like, my band class in Vancouver was kind of a joke. It was really awful. And then meanwhile, like the bands, anything here, because like I said, my high school was very competitive. Anything was top notch. The marching band, top notch. Color guard, top notch. Cheerleading, top notch. All the sports too, crazy. Yeah. Meanwhile, in our Vancouver high school, I remember the coach like begging students to sign up. And it was one of those things where if you signed up, you just got on the team, period. Is this pre-recorded? No, it's not pre-recorded. No. I used to DJ at rallies in high school. I was so nervous. Oh, that sounds fun. Yeah, that's sick. Yeah, it's just, I don't know why. I just felt like I wanted to try a new type of content today. I have streamed no cam before, but nothing like this. Nothing in the comfort of my bed. Like, I'm literally in my bed snuggled. I feel great. But because of that, I'm just like, talking machine. No one knew the color guard. Yeah, it was weird. It was so weird. Predicting chat. I'm not. Yo, what? Anyways, the culture shock was insane. Oh, one thing that Vancouver will definitely have better over America, to be fair, it's because we have too many kids here in America. You guys have like shoe lockers for lockers. Oh my God. I remember being downgraded to a shoe locker size locker in high school here in America, and I was so confused. I'm like, how does a school campus look this big, this beautiful, but everyone's lockers is the size of my shoes? They're tiny. They're tiny. Meanwhile, the high school I went to in Vancouver, we have like full-size lockers, and full-size ones are so nice. Did you know it was like a very common thing to like share lockers? Yep. If you were besties with someone, or if you were dating someone, or sometimes you just like have a lot of classes on a certain floor, and you met a friend from the class and you're like, can I share your locker? And then it's, I don't know, it's like a social thing to share lockers. It was really cool. Never had lockers. Oh, I don't think I used my high school locker once. Just took my backpack to classes. Damn. Yeah, no, our lockers were crazy. I would decorate it with magnets and stuff, and I think I had a magnetic mirror in there too. Oh my gosh. Speaking of locker, I have locker horror stories for you guys. Oh my goodness. I remember there's like a couple types of locker peoples, okay? There's the prim and proper, where you use it just for your books, for your jacket, your umbrella, your extra change of clothes. You're a good kid, all right? And then there are people. Is it really? How did you know? I'm dead. Oh my God, I'll never forget. My friend left an apple. Oh my God. And it rotted. And oh my God. There were so many fruit flies. Every time she opened up her locker, I think like 50 fruit flies would come out. And it was the scariest ever. It was so scary, man. We're like, oh my God, where are all these flies coming from? She's like, I'm sorry, guys, I think it's from my locker. And we're all like, what the fudge? Get it out. And she's like, I'm too scared to touch it. So then we're all like, making a fuss. That was kind of our fun. We're all teasing each other, seeing who like get out the apple. But then in the end, we just unfortunately just reported it to the custodian. He was awesome. He wore a big old industrial glove for it, by the way. Just to pull out the rotting apple. And I'm like, damn, like he does not get paid enough for this. Oh, but anyways, when I said locker stories, I said it in plural because I have another crazy story. And this story, I promise you guys, you will not top. You will not even guess it because it's so bad. Oh my gosh. Hopefully the person that told me this story is not watching my stream. There is a small chance, a very slim chance. I don't think she is. But anyways, there's this girl. I'm kind of afraid, as you should be. Because wait, actually, okay. To preface this, I was friends with everyone, guys. I was the social butterfly, but also the most antisocial at the same time because I was such a social butterfly, I never felt like, I was closely attached to anyone. So what I'm trying to say is their business is their business, all right? I'm not guilty by association. I just talk to everyone. All right, now that that's out of the way. This girl is a little bit of a wild card. She got kicked out for bullying a girl. Well, I don't even think she did the bullying. I think the other girl started it, but I think like they just be beefing, all right? And they're beefing with each other. And it got so bad that she got expelled and transferred to another school. And one of the things that she did was, it's a really short story because I'm about to reveal it all right now. To send a message to this girl, she went as far as going into the girl's bathroom, taking a dump in a paper towel, and then she smeared it all over this girl's locker. Guys, I wish I was joking. I wish I was joking. Oh my god. I remember the first time I heard this story, I was like, is this girl sane? Like, but do I say something? Is it rude for me to just like, I can't unfriend her because I know, I mean, she's nice to me, but like, at the same time, I'm like, in your head, what's got to go on that, like, you know, that you can take your own poop and like put it on another girl's locker. That's a little crazy. I'm leaving, going back to bed. No, where the poop story's too much. Nah, it was definitely the rotting apple. I like her. Oh my god. Bro. Anyways. Another small story about lockers. I used to do a service, my side hustle. You know, I had a couple side hustles, guys. One of my high school side hustles was selling hamsters. And before you guys, you know, try to cancel me for, you know, animal abuse and all of that, it wasn't my fault. I bought 2 Robrovsky hamsters from Petco, and they misgendered them. And it's very possible. I thought I had 2 girls, but I ended up having 1 boy, 1 girl. And then they made babies. And then I didn't know what to do with all of them, obviously. So I had to sell them. And when I was especially, it was really hard for me in my American high school because I just was kind of depressed because I miss Vancouver so much. So I didn't really make much friends, and my dad was really concerned because I wasn't going out. I was inside playing games all day and night. So he was a little worried. So in order to not worry him, whenever I would meet up with a person on Craigslist that wanted to buy a hamster, I would tell my dad that I'm going to the mall to meet up with a friend. But in all actuality, I was just meeting a hamster buyer like down the street at a McDonald's or at the mall at the McDonald's. It always had to be a public place, obviously, to keep myself safe. But yeah, and then I would always bring like a box or a Kleenex, and my dad would be like, "Why are you bringing that?" And I'd be like, "Yeah, school project," or "No, no reason. I'm just gonna toss it out on my way out." And inside is the damn hamster. Yeah, leaving with the hamster. Yeah. And I sold them for $5 a pop. But unless they had like a really cute pattern, I remember I sold one for 15 and I was really proud. I told her, I was like, yeah, two people are trying to message me for this hamster right now. She's like, I'll give you 15. And I'm like, oh, sold. But yeah, that was a good time. And then, yeah, my other side hustle, like I was telling you guys, was I used to hack locks, but not in the way you guys think. I had this really janky way of breaking into lockers that had like the twisty lock, you know, the regular locks. I would just shake it like mad while spinning the dial randomly. And for some reason, it looks ridiculous, right? And then whenever my friends see me do it, they're like, this looks so stupid. But when they do it, they can never get it. But when I do it, it's so weird. I always crack it within the first 5 minutes. And I think it has something to do with my insane luck. The vibration diff. Yeah, I don't know what it is. It's a combination of insane luck, but also the way I'm going at it and the randomness. I don't know, man. I can't explain my blessings. But yeah, the streamer luck. Yeah. So I had a service, and I just remember this was where my Slytherin came in, guys. Like, I'm just like, a lot of people, when they hear me talk or they like get to know me or whatever, they're like, there's no way you're Slytherin, Aria, no way. But then I'll tell them these stories and then they're like, oh, okay. Like, plot armor. Yeah, it's true. It's true. It's true. It's true. But yeah, so I remember I would always, because usually the guys, like when people ask me to hack into locks, it's not for a good reason. I'm not proud of it, obviously. But I was a kid and I was just like, yeah, I'm down to make an extra couple of dollars. So I would help people with their situations. Okay, I've hacked into an ex situation locker. They had broken up and she wanted to, get back at him. I don't know, man. I just do the lock picking and then I turn away and I just don't look, because I'm not trying to be associated to all that drama, that mess. Are you committing felonies? Is this another poop story? No. It's not the same girl. But customer privacy. True. She doesn't ask questions. She just takes the money. True. I kind of like this live podcast thing. Aw, thanks. I'm trying now. It's new. I'm glad you guys are enjoying the talks. But yeah. And then, what else did I do? One thing for sure that I can 100% put all my money in is I genuinely think I was made to make content. And although that sounds really cringe, and especially you look at my YouTube, I haven't uploaded in over a year, 2 years. I know. That's not what I mean. I don't know why, but I had this obsession with capturing memories on camera. And this was before the YouTube craze. I would always make my friends do stuff for silliness. And I would be like, and I would be the one recording. And I think this actually, a small part of it has to do with Cardcaptor Sakura, because I grew up watching it. It was one of my favorite animes. And I loved Madison. I wanted to be Madison so bad. Or, her Japanese name is Tomoyo, Sakura's best friend, with the whole video camera vibe. Like, I wanted to be that girl. I wanted to capture all the memories, all like the action my friends are doing. So I always had my phone in my friend's face, always. And whenever they were doing something silly, I was always the only one to bring out my phone and I'm recording. No one else was recording, because it's crazy how the times have changed. Because I remember back then I was the only one that would pull out my phone to record. But now, whenever, even like when Karens are fighting at the supermarket, whatever, the parking lot, people will pull out their phones at any given time, anywhere. And it's like such an innate thing now. Like, people just do it. But back then, I remember I was the only one taking out my phone constantly, like an idiot, like a cringe weirdo. And I would shove it in my friends' faces. And I still have the videos. I have it on my Facebook. And I'm literally in the video. I sound so bossy. It's really cringy. But I'm like, hey, do that again. Hey, so-and-so, run on the treadmill. All right, so-and-so, put the speed on as fast as you can. Let's see if you can do it. And you literally see this video of me being a psycho, making my friends do things. And then we're all laughing, having a good time, obviously. And my friends wouldn't do anything they don't want to do. So I'm not like pushing them. Like, I'm just like encouraging them. But I just found it so fun to capture those moments. And, YouTube wasn't crazy back then, so my friends never questioned why I filmed those things. Like, they didn't assume I have a YouTube or assume it was going to be posted on the internet. Not at all. I just stored them on my phone, and then seldomly I'll like upload it on Facebook to start a funny conversation on Facebook. But that's it. But I'm just thinking, like, obviously hindsight, but what if I uploaded on YouTube sooner? Would I be considered an OG? Probably not, because I don't think I have the discipline. I think I have the creative brain, but especially with my undiagnosed ADHD too. Yeah, there was no helping me. It would be too rough for me to remember to upload and consistently upload. Yeah, you never know. Yeah, it's never too late to start. I'm definitely a firm believer that like good content is good content. It doesn't matter. Yeah, sometimes I worry like, oh, you know, I've been a streamer and technically online since 2014. So I'm like, what if people already know my name now, you know? They think Ariasaki, they're like, oh yeah, she's old news. Blah, 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 blah. Like, yeah, I do have that in the back of my head, but at the same time, I also am not too fearful, because at the end of the day, I truly believe good content is good content. And good content will be seen by the right people, and the right people will want to share good content because it's good content. So yeah, I think that's just my main focus. I'm not going to stress about, you know, not uploading on YouTube or whatever. I'm not ready. And when I am ready and I'm ready to do like good content, the numbers will follow on its own because it's good. Boomer Aria, for real. Damn. Technically old enough to be some of you guys' moms. Like imagine, let's say I was like a teen mom. Definitely old enough. That's crazy. Wait. Not old enough unless you're like a little kid. Unless you're a grade schooler. Unless you're in pre-K. Monka TOS. True, huh? You're not supposed to be watching this. Not allowed to be under 13 on Twitch. Yeah. I mean, if some people label their content as family friendly, I can see, I don't see why not. I remember during my Minecraft phase or my Animal Crossing phase, like the more wholesome games and where my creative brain is, you know, put to work, I notice I get more parents in the chat. Because sometimes I'll read a chat that's like, hey, you know, we have you on the big screen, my daughter's watching, and I'm like, oh my god, okay, this is where I do not swear, and I'm just gonna be, yeah, I can't swear. Speaking of not swearing on camera, I remember seeing one of, this TikTok of Bretman, and it was so funny. It was this girl, and she asked for a video, for her cousin or something like that, and Bretman was like, hey bitch, and then she was like, oh no, she's 12, and then he goes, oh, let's redo, hey girl. And it was so funny. Yeah. It was like such a switch up. Yeah. Yeah, I gotta keep it PG. So true. So true. Would still be possible if she had a kid at 15. Oh man, I sure hope we are not having kids at 15, period. But not shaming anyone that has, but man, it's just, it's in the science, like your organs and stuff just not developed, and people are sick for even, you know, considering it to a minor. But not even the whole adult versus minor conversation, but more so, kids be wildin' nowadays. This is no joke, guys. I told you guys I was very sheltered. I didn't know anything until junior year when I moved to America. However, now middle schoolers are, you know, doing the deed, and I'm just like, my mind is blown. That's crazy. My cousin had hers 13, 14. Damn. I can't see anything. Yeah, it is a phone call. There's no cam. Oh yeah, I took off my sign. Here, let me add my sign again. Let's make it pink this time. Phone call stream. Oh, one more. No cam. There you go. In my middle school, people were having it in 6th grade. 6th grade? Oh, man. Yeah, it's because we're chronically online. That's the issue. They're not teaching you that kind of stuff in school. They're teaching it in a very healthy manner, a little too healthy maybe, because I'm not going to lie, I feel like I learned a little too late. But, yeah. It happened a lot in my middle school. Oh my God. Not only is it like physical trauma, but it's also like mental, because I can only imagine the social dynamics that would create a divide, like, because obviously not every single kid would be doing it, and then I would feel like left out if, you know, my friends were all talking about doing something that, you know, I had no idea of, and, you know, there was a lot of pressure. Yeah, it is too much. I agree. Actually, I saw this crazy TikTok. Dude, I need a TikTok jar. Every time I mention seeing this on TikTok, I need to put a buckaroo in there. Anyways, I saw this TikTok. Cha-ching! I saw this TikTok, and there's this lady. I think she was on a podcast or something like that. And oh my God, I think she's probably my age, or maybe she was late 20s, early 30s, okay? But she was pregnant, and she was on a podcast, and the podcast was full of, like, I don't know if they were teenage girls, but they look pretty young, maybe like 18 through 22 max. And they were wearing, you know, very fashionable clothes, but also very revealing, and, you know, no issue in that, but let's just say they collectively had a look that was very, you know, very out there. And I guess the premise was that they had just spoken about, you know, being played by boys, being cheated on, you know, losing trust in their partners, their SOs, and breakups and all of this. And the pregnant lady that was on the podcast straight up calls them out in a kind of like non-direct way, but it was very clear that the message that she was trying to send across is that she is pregnant, but she is like terrified of bringing her child into this generation, because she is what she's witnessing is that she's seeing these young girls give their bodies up to, you know, horrible men, and, you know, men that treat them poorly, men that don't have second thoughts about them, you know, that just drop of the hat, you know, cheating on them, whatnot. And, you know, I looked over at the comments, and it was actually sparking really crazy and decent conversation about, you know, the need to teach our children, you know, their self-worth and all of that. But like, where does the internet come to play? You know, it's not all on the parent, because I mean, I also think the parent could do all they can, but then once it's behind closed doors, once it's, you know, once the kid is on their phone, on their computer, whatever, once we look away for 10 seconds, they're going to see what the other kids are talking about and seeing. And it's just, how do we prevent all of that? Sometimes it's not always the parent's fault, but, you know, it's crazy. This is the generation we're in now. Yeah. I thought about that too. It's unfortunate. Yeah. You don't prevent it, you prepare them. Yeah, true. So hopefully she will, you know, have her kid trust her, and also teach her her worth and stuff. You know, what was it? All right, TikTok jar. I saw this TikTok where this lady, I don't know how true this is, and I don't know if this is backed by science, so take this with a bucket of salt. But the TikTok mentioned that if you have a strong relationship with your dad, then you build a lot of like, what's the word? When you're trying to gauge for a guy whether or not he's worthy or not. Shoot, there's a word. I can't think of it. But anyways, basically, the way you, I'm tired. I can't English right now. But basically, your threshold, or your the way you gauge, no, your standards. Standards. Oh my God. Thank you guys. Thank you. It came to me too. Oh my gosh. Sorry, the chat delay as well. Yes. Your standards for men is high if you have a good relationship with your dad. But if you have obviously a bad relationship with your dad, then your standards are not great. And your ability to sniff out the bad men, not so great. But if you have a greater relationship with your mom, then your self-worth and your self-confidence and your self-esteem is a lot better. The way you think of yourself. And I don't know if you can tell. I don't know if you can tell who I have a better relationship with my parents when it comes to my parents. That's misogynist bullshit. You think so? I don't know. I think it's, I don't know if it's misogynistic, but I do think it's somewhat, it applied to me. I don't think that's necessarily true. Yeah, I mean, I did say it's not backed by science. I have no idea. It was just one of those things where it was a TikTok and it resonated with me. So I was like, oh, that's cool. Yeah. Men tend to date people who remind them traits of their mother too. Sheesh. That is too deep. That is too deep. Is this game on Steam? No, it's not a game. I'm just chatting in my bed. And it's been lit because, you know, I've just been fully, I guess, relaxed. And I guess in a relaxed setting, I'm more open to talking more. Feels like I'm talking to friends right now. In the most non-parasocial way possible. But yeah, it's true. Yeah, I'm vibing. New Valorant mode. Oh God. Didn't Overwatch have some kind of like Valentine's thing? Lovers watch. Did you guys ever do that? Is it actually like a dating sim? This chat reminds me of 2015 era of Twitch right now. Aww. Was Twitch about all that? Oh my gosh. What is with me in getting these like unjust suspensions? Because I talked to you guys about how I got suspended in school. But did I tell you guys how I got freaking banned from Twitch? Oh my God. Jesus. Back in the day. Back in the Wild West. There was a meme among my friend group. I was the very last person to have a sub button. And back then, in order to get a sub button, in order to get verified, it was a very, very difficult task. Very hard. So I was the last one. And because I was last, and I didn't have one at the time, you know, I definitely was not very privileged. So there was this crazy rule in the TOS, like so crazy. Like the person who wrote this needs to chill out. But anyways, there's a rule where IRL did not exist, right, guys? They're like just chatting did not exist, right? Where Twitch was strictly gaming. And if you did not have a game on your screen, you were allowed to take a maximum of a 1 hour break in between games, but then you can't surpass that 1 hour. So what I did was I had streamed 7 hours of League of Legends. I streamed 7 straight hours of League, no breaks. So technically with the rule, what you can do is you can play a game, take an hour break, and then go back to playing a game, and then take an hour break. You can alternate, right? But you know me, and you guys know how I get really lost in the sauce sometimes. I was so lost in the sauce, I played for 7 hours straight with no break. So I decided to end my stream with the break. So I decided to do a Q&A. And while I was doing my Q&A, it had surpassed the 1 hour mark by, I think, 10 minutes or so. 10 to 20 minutes. And because of that, I got banned. Yep. Someone was waiting. Someone was on the other side with a freaking timer waiting. Yeah, they did have bans for that. But I do think because it was a smaller platform back then, I do think it was like a what's it called, like man-made decision, like someone some staff behind the computer just took it upon themselves, have that extra few minutes of the day to ban me because it was TOS. Yeah. The manual ban, that's the word, manual ban. Yeah. And I actually I'm really glad that it's different now, and I'm actually really proud and glad of the progress Twitch has made in regards to like partnering streamers. I actually knew some people that I had to unfollow. Okay, this is really petty what I'm about to tell you guys, but it's so long ago. This happened like so freaking long ago, almost 10 years ago. It's fine. But I had to unfollow some people because they're being really salty about the Twitch changes because of the whole partnering being easier. When some people, I don't know, some people, me included, used to grind and, you know, to no avail. And the rules or the what's the word? The requirements of getting sub was just very like hazy. What's the word? It was blurry. But yeah, some people are petty about partnership now. Really? I promise you guys, when I first heard the news, I was like, great, this is good for everyone. I was really surprised, and I think to each their own, right? I don't think you are more evil of a person for being upset, because I think all like your feelings are valid. It's just, I guess, as people, I don't necessarily see it like that, right? So right away, we don't see eye to eye with that. That's all, is all I'm saying. So I just, like, to me at the time, I thought like, okay, this is not the energy I represent. So at the time, I didn't know them enough anyways. I think I followed them only because I passed by them at a party or something. So then I just like quietly unfollowed. But yeah. There are people now that partnership is so easy. Back when I get it was hard. I think that's fine to state. But I think there are some people that go out of their way to like kind of like be rude to Twitch about it, or be rude to like certain creators that they feel that are unfit for like the button.
whenever I feel like the energy is directed towards something, it's like, okay, this is too much. This is acting upon it. It's all right to have feelings, you know. It's all right to feel hurt about something, but to act on it is just, oh, scary. But this is a sad story, what I'm about to tell you guys. Fun fact, I almost quit streaming after this one party. Obviously, guys, like, I'm at a much better headspace now than I was before. But this was back in, I think, 2015, early 2015. I don't remember. But there was an industry party somewhere, and not going to mention names, but this was during the time, I think, when I was really struggling to get a sub badge, whether it was 2014 or early 2015. I don't remember the exact time I got my sub badge, but let's just say I didn't have my sub badge at this point yet, and I was really struggling. And you guys know, feeling left out sucks, right? So for me at the time, like, I felt like, damn, I'm literally the weakest link among all my friends. Like, I'm the weakest link. Like, I feel like, you know, they get really cool perks and they get subs while I still have to sit here praying that I get a donation. Because, guys, if you don't have a sub badge back then, your income was 100% on donations. Isn't that crazy? So I totally related to Leslie's mom's comment, like a glorified homeless person. I thought that was so funny. Because at the time, I was sleeping on Lily's couch too. So it was like I was actually a glorified homeless person. Can confirm. Anyways. There was a moment where at an industry party, I almost quit Twitch because I saw a Twitch employee go up to one of my friends and say, hey, in a very, like, eager manner. And they were like, hey, I just wanted to know, like, I was the one who accepted your sub application. And when I saw that, my heart just sank. Like, that's when I knew, like, I had no chance. Because similar to the news that broke out with TikTok, with, like, how it was confirmed that there are people in the back end that can literally press a button and push someone's video to, like, 1 million views or whatever, right? To share it. It felt like that. It was just like, I realized that in this world, it's not fair, you know? Sometimes it's who you know, and sometimes you rub someone the right way, you rub someone the wrong way, and because of that, you have to work a little harder. But back then, I was just, you know, I was immature, and I was very insecure, and I cried, and I was just like, you know, I'm never gonna get a sub badge because people don't like me, you know. I was being a major victim, Vicky. But, you know, that was the past, and I have no idea what Twitch does now, other than they are in a really good direction in terms of, like, laying it out there and making it very easy. Like, for example, like, you need to stream this many hours, or you need to have this many concurrent. See, that back then there was no list. There were just rumors on what you had to do. Or some people will suggest you what to do, and even when you do it, they're like, yeah, check back later. Send in another application next month. You know, like, it was weird. Like, we never really knew exactly. But yeah, that happened. Now look at you. Yeah, it's been a crazy ride. But yeah. Oh, your biggest reason I started streaming, you didn't have a sub badge. Oh, it's been a long time. But yeah, it was crazy. It was the Wild West. For sure. Your streams make my night. Aw, thank you. Do you guys know how I got my sub badge? To this day, do you guys know how I got it? I actually don't think I've ever told anyone this. Maybe I did. No, I don't remember telling stream this. Do you guys know Yasuo Mo? I remember tweeting my frustration at some point. And then finally, I got a DM from him. And he was like, hey, I know a guy. Email this email. And he had a direct email to like a higher up in Twitch. And I remember when I emailed them, it was really awkward because I was just like, oh my God, I don't know what to say, blah, blah, blah. But I pretty much pulled a Karen for my sub badge. This sounds really crazy, but basically, I emailed them and I felt like a person trying to prove their worth. So I had to, you know, I remember putting it out in like bullet points. Like what I've done, what I've been suggested, and by whom, you know, like people in the industry, and, you know, saying that I've followed everything and I have what it takes and I'm very motivated, and, you know, I've brought in this much and I've done this, and I'm a helper, and like I you know, I've done that and this and these many hours, and I'm balancing 3 jobs. I told them everything, all for them to say, this looks great. Now please like try to apply again. So then I did the sub application again. And then I think a week later I got the badge. Yeah. I think like back then I was just bitter because it felt like I had to go through all of that. Yet, you know, some people just got picked, and I think that was my like bitterness showing. It was really hard for me to be happy when everyone around me had something that I didn't, and I'm like, okay, maybe I should have it too. But at the same time, I was balancing 3 jobs. You know, I was just not in a good mental state. I was like, okay, life would be so much easier if I had a sub badge, because I'm putting in so many hours into this after work. You know, sometimes I would even stream. I remember going back to my streams, playing Pokemon, and I would be in my uniform. Do you guys remember? I like remember having clips of me in my dark blue dress shirt. I was in my uniform for work at a sushi restaurant, and I would just stream right after. Your partner anniversary is in 2.5 weeks. What? 2.5 weeks? Wait a sec. March 20. Oh. I don't think I've celebrated a stream anniversary once. Keone, can you recall? I don't think I have. I feel like I've only celebrated like holidays and my birthday. Yeah, we've never kept track of it. But I will DM you the dates. Oh, you're so sweet. Thank you. Wait, how many years has it been, Keone? Did I start 2015? I think 2015. I don't think I got the badge 2014, because that timeline doesn't add up. This will be your 5-year partner? 5-year. Yeah, so it was 2015. No. 2018? You were partner 2018. Holy moly. 2018. And I've been streaming since 2014. No, that has to be weird. Do you guys think like the timer is wrong on that? I don't remember exactly when I got my sub badge, but maybe the system had a refresh. You got affiliate in August 2017. Really? Huh. Sub badge partner is different because you got affiliate. Oh. Yeah, my timelines are mixed up. I'm not gonna lie. I have no idea. I would think I got mine earlier than 2017, but to be honest, I have zero clue. Zero clue. My brain, my memory, it's dying. I'm a day one sub, so I can confirm. Keone, you're the best. So I did get it in like, I guess 2017 or 2018. That's crazy. Hello, welcome to the stream. Yeah. Oh my god, guys. Guys, I have to tell you a really silly story. So my dad recently, I mean, well, he's always been like a heavy religious dude in terms of like, I think my dad just has mastered the art of copium through God. I think that's what it is. Because if you ever ask my dad, hey, like, do you go to church? He'll be like, I go part-time, you know, which means he doesn't really go to church. But whenever he is down bad or gets into crazy scenarios or whatever, my dad is actually so good at holding his, like, at keeping his calm, because he's just the ultimate copium when it comes to explaining or like processing anything. He will just automatically assume that it's like God's plan. You know, everything is just God's plan, right? So I remember when I was closing in on this house, my dad saw my process was obviously a lot more unique and a lot more difficult because of, like, you know, what I do for a living. Not that I have any stalkers or anything, but it's just like, you know, sometimes I just have to go through the process, you know, that extra layer of protection. Like, for example, a security system, getting myself, you know, my very first weapon, like all of those things, right? You know, he was spooked. He was just like, why are you being so paranoid? You know, why are you being a paranoid Perry? Like, and then he was just like, gong ai gong, which means like equivalent to like my child in Vietnamese. He goes, you know, you are thinking way too much about the bad things in life. You know, you need to start thinking about the God. You need to start thinking about God. And then I told my dad, hey, Dad, if I die to a stalker, do I think about God then? Do I thank God? And he's just like, no. If that happens, that happens. Because but what I'm trying to say, like, it was so funny. He was tripping up over his words. He was just shook that I would say that. Yeah, and it just is rough because I grew up being forced into, you know, being Catholic, and because I was forced into it, obviously, I don't think I was able to absorb the, you know, the material or actually thought about my stance on religion. I was more so just there for the fried chicken and the candy, and, you know, because I went to church school, so then they had really good fried chicken, and I would just think about the fried chicken every time Sunday came around. I'm like, all right, time to eat good fried chicken, time to eat French fries. Me too, Aria. Yeah. Shout out to God's fried chicken. You go to Viet class too? Yes, I went to Viet class. Yes. And my mom brought up like a really crazy suppressed memory of mine, but I was an altar kid. I literally did the whole shebang, and I helped the father distribute the bread. Stop, no way, me too. Yes, I did too. Jesus. And the only reason why I did it
was because I had a crush on one of the altar boys. And my parents really thought that they were converting me slowly. And I'm like, I did it for love. Oh God, I feel like I'm going to hell talking about church this way, but hey man. All is fair. We are entitled to our own choice of what we believe in. Oh my God. So speaking of that boy, oh my goodness. So I had a crush on this boy. That was an altar boy. And I literally learned what having an ick was before having an ick was like a popular term. Because I remember I was in, I think, how old was I? I think I was in 8th or 9th grade. Probably 8th. I was in 8th grade when I had a crush on this guy. And I was an altar boy with him. And he had a crush on my friend. And he had a crush on my friend. And I'm not going to lie, she was one of these girls in my school where if a guy says that they like her, they probably like her for one thing. And it's not a good thing. And it's because her body developed a lot sooner. And yeah, that's all I'm going to say. Anyways, he was the one who taught me what a butterface is. And when I was like, huh? And he's like, yeah, I like so-and-so, but she's a butterface. And I said, what's a butterface? And he told me what it meant. And for those guys that don't know what it means, it is very mean. It is a term that basically means that your face is not as attractive as your body. And when I heard this and he talked about my friend that way, I got the ick. I was so shocked. And I never liked him again. I was like, ew, gross. Ugh. Well, I say friend very loosely, but this is the girl that actually bullied me. Oh my God. I'm going into this, huh? But anyway, she bullied me. She ends up actually dating the guy. And because she bullied me and they ended up dating, I never told her what he said to her about her, by the way. But if I was a friend and she didn't bully me, I would have warned her. I would have been like, yeah, at church, he called you butterface. Maybe I wouldn't say like that. That would hurt her feelings. I would just be like, yeah, he was talking smack. Some people deserve each other. True. She deserved it. Okay, young Aria would say, true. But guys, I'm healing. I'm not supposed to be like egging on this type of behavior. Stop. You guys are feeding into my demons. We gotta chillax. Anyways. This is fun. Yeah, doesn't this feel like a little sleepover? This feels like a little sleepover. And we're just talking and giggling about stupid stuff. And then our parents occasionally will like knock on our door and be like, go to sleep. And then we pretend to be asleep. I needed this. Aw. That's good. Did you snort? Okay, I was hoping no one noticed. But you had to say it. I'm not gonna lie, I snort when things are genuinely funny and I can't keep it in. Fudge. I was really hoping no one noticed and I actually thought I got away with it and then that one comment. Damn it. Damn you. Peppa Pig over here? All right. There's the one person that, like, you know, mentions it, slips it into the chat. And then there are people like freaking Mark that, like, just go the next freaking level. Calls me Peppa. Like, I can't. Snores? No snorting! All right. I'm actually malding. I'm malding. You guys are too much. No. Okay. All right. No, I don't need a snort counter. That's excessive. That's a little too extra. Arya hit a line. Hitting a line. Okay, guys. All right, real mature. Real mature on the snort command. Real mature. Okay, guys. This are we allowed? I think we're allowed to talk about drugs if it's like a educational, right? Just as much as we're allowed to talk about sex if it's educational. Anyways, yeah, it is romanticized or inserted into films, you know, the usage of that stuff, just in case I have any kids in the stream. And it scares me. I'll be very honest with you guys. My parents are very hippie parents. They're actually, although they were very strict and I have my own traumas from them, they were very not strict about certain things. And I remember my dad having like the first conversation with me when I entered college about, you know, drugs. He never used the word drugs, but instead what he did, he was very clever about it. He showed me a picture of him when he kind of looked like he was a part of a gang, but I know he's not part of a gang. It was more so like just leather jackets. Like he had a gang in Japan. And he looked like he hung out with really cool people. Like one dude, he was Asian, but he had like a full on like afro. It was crazy. Like they looked like a cool dude. No, not Yakuza. No. No. Either way, my dad was a really cool guy. And he told me, he's just like, I partied a lot in Japan. I'm like, you did? And he's like, yeah, I had a really fun life. I've been through it all. And then all of a sudden I feel the mood shift and I'm like, oh, this is weird. This feels different than most of our talks. Then he goes, gong e gong. And I know when he hits me with the gong e gong, like I know he's about to hit me with a life lesson. And for those of you guys that don't know what gong e gong means, it means kind of like my child in Vietnamese. He proceeds to say, I have done anything and everything you can think of, from A to Z, at least once in my life. And all I'm going to say is, please be educated, know what you're getting yourself into, but the number one most important thing is be around good people, safe people. And I have a rule where you can feed your curiosity, but never do it more than that. And I was like, I think he's talking to me about drugs. Yeah, and I was just so shocked. I'm like, wow, this is crazy. This is kind of cool. But yeah, anyways, point of this saying is, I had a point. What was the point? Oh, snort. Okay. The point of this is, that is the one thing I don't think I can ever do. I am not a druggie, guys. I am not. But I don't think I can ever do the snort. Because it's just, to me, there's something about it that looks maybe not clean or scary. Like I can't, like, you know, have you guys ever like eaten food and then you coughed and then it like shoots up the wrong pipe? Like it's like a burning sensation that's not fun. I would imagine like, and sometimes when you're going swimming and then you accidentally like take a breath and the water's right there and the water goes up that pipe. I feel like that's what it would feel like. Yeah, it's just, yeah, it's too much. Snorting is a big part of LA life. Yeah, that is the one thing. I mean, guys, I am a 28, almost 29-year-old woman. Yeah, mark my words. I put it on my mom. I put it on your mom. This is just not something I personally think I can do. But I'm just saying, it's just, it just looks really scary to me. And luckily I've never gone to a club setting that, you know, I've seen it happen in front of me. But if I ever were to see it, I think I would have an anxiety attack, and I think I would have to like look away. I don't know, even talking about it right now, I'm just like, I'm thinking about it, it's like scary. But yeah. Oh my God. TikTok. Oh my God. Not the TikTok jar. Anyways, I saw a TikTok, and there's this girl. I know her for... Did you just call me back, Aria? Oh my God. Okay. Anyways, I saw this TikTok, and it's another Vietnamese creator. And, not the TikTok counter. Anyways, she... Did you, like... Okay, sorry. Please educate me, because I don't really know how common it is to talk about drugs or to joke around about drugs. Is it common to talk about that stuff? Maybe this part of me is still sheltered. It is? It's normal? Yeah, because I figured like people sing about it all the time, you know, like artists rap around, like, you know, they sing about it. It's decently common. Okay. Depends on the demographic. I see. Depends on your friend circle. Okay. Because you guys know, like, my friend circle, you know, we're a more wholesome bunch. So, you know, it's, for me, it's like taboo to talk about stuff like this. So anyways, now that that's out of the way, yeah, I was watching this Vietnamese creator, and she's really funny. I think her name is Lovely Mimi. Anyways, she's a Vietnamese creator, and she's one of those type of content creators that speaks with an accent. But for some reason, when I hear like Uncle Roger do it, I'm not gonna lie, I'm sorry I no hate on Uncle Roger. I sometimes it makes me cringe a little. I don't know why. It just makes me feel like I'm going backwards, like listening to him a little, because of all like the stereotyping and stuff. But I totally understand the appeal, and I don't shit on anyone that likes it. I just personally, it's not for me. Anyways. For some reason, I'm not angry at Lovely Mimi, and I don't know why. I don't know, because she talks in the accent too, but maybe it's because hers has more sass in it. Like, I don't know, she says it with more volition. I'm not too sure. She the way she talks in the heavy like Vietnamese accent, I don't know. There's some reason I'm not cringing, but I know there's this one TikTok where she talks about having a nail salon, right? And one of her biggest pet peeves is having a slow worker. If she sees one of her workers and they're working really, really slow, she goes, "Hey, you, do you want the Coca-Cola?" And I didn't understand the joke. I literally didn't get the joke. I'm like, Coca-Cola? Like, soda? Like, huh? And then I looked at the comments, and then they're all talking about the drug, and I was like, oh snap. And this was literally like last week, guys, like 2 weeks ago. Bro, I just can't. My brain, I'm just not used to it. And I was just like, is that what it's for? I thought it was just for like the club scene or the party scene. Like, what? Like, I just clearly don't know about it. But yeah. When I brought it up to my friend, he actually mentioned that it's very prevalent in the restaurant scene. I had no idea. Because apparently when you work a restaurant, it's like very high stress, and it's, you know, not just high stress, but like, for your physical too, it's a lot. So yeah, the restaurant people. No, they don't put it in the food. No. I'm talking about like the chefs. Apparently it's a way to keep them going. Long shifts, mostly yeah. I don't know. I really don't know much about this, but I'm just telling you guys what I heard. But it was like kind of eye-opening for me. Like, it makes me just feel that much more sheltered. I'm just like, oh God. A part of me is like, yeah, maybe I should go out more. But a part of me is also like, what's so bad about, playing games all day, all night? Do they do that on MasterChef? I mean, we'll never know. The Hollywood industry is kind of messed up. Wasn't it said that apparently kids, like Disney actors and actresses, are introduced it at a very young age because they want the kids to act in a very like excitable and always like hyper manner. So then they put kids on drugs really early, which is really scary to even think about. And not only the Hollywood scene, but guess what, guys? Not just the Hollywood scene, but also the academic scene. I remember hearing about parents getting a hold of drugs for their kids to, enhance their performance, whether it's like on a test or sports related, or whatever, like keeping them alert. Like that's crazy to me because they wanted their kid to have the edge on the other kids so that, they get into a better school. That's it. No, it's actually so corrupt. It's crazy. Yeah. And like what makes me so sad is like these people don't think about the side effects. They don't think about the long-term effects at all. Yeah, I saw that. I saw that post on the Adderall abuse. That's so scary. So scary. Like apparently for those guys that don't know, there was a recent post on someone bringing light to pro players that apparently abuse a kind of focus enhancing drug right before their matches, which is really messed up. And I remember one of the tweets even go into detail about someone dosing 3 times the amount they're supposed to just for the match. So even if you have like you're prescribed it for ADHD, they would triple dose themselves to get a more enhanced feeling. So let's say, 1x is the amount to treat their ADHD, but then they would go and push it as far as 3x. Isn't that crazy? Just so that they can perform better for like a land match. So scary. I don't know. Social media training this into kids. Well, social media is also like the culprit. I was told that a lot of people are now like, we're running into this, not so much a problem, but more so like a question mark with social media induced ADHD. I think like there's not enough studies on the specific matter, but for example, let's say, during the pandemic, people, that don't have ADHD are now being cooped inside and just, resorting to the internet and, copious amounts of phone time usage and more than that they're used to. And then there's like now this thing called like social media induced ADHD because, just a flick of the wrist, flick of the thumb, you're switching up your content so fast, and the brain is just taking in so much constantly. And yeah, I can definitely see why people could gain symptoms of ADHD from that crazy amount of like, phone screen usage. But we don't, yeah, so much stimuli and algorithms. Yeah, true. It's like watching content 1.5 speed. Oh, you're not wrong. Imagine your brain trying to focus after that. It's true. It's true. We are rotting our own brains. You really are. I mean, look, guys, look. Give me some credit, huh? Look, I instead of browsing on TikTok aimlessly, I have decided to do the stream today. A phone call stream. I'm not succumbing to, to scrolling on TikTok or Twitter. I am making this productive, and we're all talking. We're all having conversation. We're not, going crazy with TikTok. TikTok counter 7. Okay, yo, chill. Chilling. Socializing pog, yes. Do you speak Vietnamese at home with your parents, or do you just respond in English? No, I speak Vietnamese. Yeah. It's really strange. When I am... This is a fun fact about me. When I am angry, for some reason, like genuinely angry and like I'm fueled with anger, I can speak Vietnamese like crazy good. All of a sudden, I'm like remembering really niche words and vocabulary, and I'm like shoving them in there like a pro. And like all my like, transitions and like this sentence composition, MLA format, I'm speaking like a pro, but only when I'm upset. Isn't that weird? But sometimes when I'm like thinking about it too hard and I'm not upset, like, yeah, I actually can brain fart all the time and I'll end up like speaking English. But yeah, I definitely can speak in Vietnamese if I want to. Mother tongue works well when we're mad. Yeah. Yeah, it's like when I'm proving a point or something, or I'm trying to explain something in like an angry kind of tone because I'm pissed. Yeah, all of a sudden, the Vietnamese, it just comes out. Are you trying to learn Spanish like Pokey? Not yet, but I actually recently messaged Tina. I was watching her Minecraft, oh my god, her Minecraft streams, and I've been really enjoying her content. It's just so cute. She has like a whole like notebook that she's writing down all these phrases, and I don't know, to me she sounds really pro. I messaged her. I was like, telling her I've been really enjoying it and she's doing great. And then she was saying like, oh no, she's not really good, but I'm like, what? I don't know. I think she's great and she inspired me. I actually bought I bought 2 more of my Japanese exercise books. They're coming in the mail. I think I want to learn Japanese first. I think if I was in the Minecraft community, I would definitely consider Spanish because I know there's like a huge community over there that speaks Spanish. Because, gaming with people in another language sounds freaking fun, to be honest. But, yeah. Yeah, let's learn Japanese. I need to learn Japanese. Sheesh, let's do it. On-stream learning? Pause, champ. Could be a thing, definitely. Yeah. Let's do it. Thank you, shimasu. Dude, speaking of Duolingo, someone used my email address to sign up for a Duolingo account. And now I'm just getting tons of Duolingo advertisement emails. And it's just frustrating because in my head I'm thinking, now I can't use this email if I want to sign up for one. Like, what? It's weird. Of all things. That's what I'm saying. That's like the one thing that's kind of annoying about having your emails like public, or at least like for brand deals to reach out to you. Sometimes people use the emails to sign me up for the weirdest things. Ugh. Speaking of that got me on the topic of phishing emails, or scams. Okay, TikTok jar, damn it. I saw this TikTok. And actually 2 now. It's my second time. And what's crazy is I know this is a real thing because the first time I saw this TikTok, it was a year ago. And then I saw it again on a different person that posted it recently. Guys, and I have to warn you guys, if I can save even one person in this chat, please. And please tell your family and friends about this too, because the 2 videos are identical, like explaining their scenario, and I need to tell you guys. There's this scam where people can mask somehow. I don't know how they do it, but they can go into your contact and find a contact number and make it ring onto your phone as if that contact is actually contacting you. So for example, like they could get your sibling or your dad or your mom to call your phone, and on your phone it looks legit. It really looks like your sister, your mom, your dad, your brother, your cousin even is calling you. Even the photo that you set for them, the name that you set for them, the emojis that you put next to their name is the same. So you really think, it's them. But when you pick up the call, it's like a really scary dude screaming at you that they have your family member and they're going to kill your family member. And it's so scary. It is so scary. They are threatening you about your family member like being held hostage. And the only way they'll let them go is if you Venmo them cash. But yeah, it is so messed up. It's easy to do. It's crazy to me that it's easy to do. It's crazy to me that can even be said. This happened to a streamer, bro. It's so sad. It happened, like, a streamer, and then I think I saw another comment in here said that it happened to their family too. Meanwhile, like, for me, I literally saw it on 2 separate occasions, different TikToks. Thanks for the info. You're welcome. So yeah, if you ever hear that, it's at this point, it's a common scam. It happened to Jade? No way. With her dad? Oh my god, that's so sad. You're lucky they asked me for 2 $50 Apple gift cards. Told them to keep my mom. What? Oh my god, I was too slow to read that. So I read it word for word. So I didn't even know that was the outcome of that sentence. Oh my god, that's too funny. No, you trade your mom for 2 $50 Apple cards. No, is that all she's worth? Is that all she's not worth, apparently? God damn it. That's so messed up. I'm crying. That was funny. People are using boss email to get money from employees. Like their boss is asking them. Bruh, what? That's so weird. My Insta got hacked because people are pretending their accounts got hacked and they tried to make a new one. They tried to make me pay for it back. That's lame. Gosh. Where's my inhaler? My allergies are full swing. I'm too lazy to get it. I'm just drink more water. All right. Ew. I think I need to wash my water bottle. You guys ever, sometimes you eat a meal and then you'll drink out of your cup or your water bottle, and then the smell of what you ate kind of on it? Bleh. What allergies do you have? I'm allergic to my cats and severely allergic to dust. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I smell some mee goreng on it. Oof. It's awful with gummy bears. Oh, man. Can't imagine. Hello. Is this an AI stream? No, it's not. I am a real human being. I'm just talking. Yippity yappity. And it's been really fun. It's actually crazy. Damn, AI is really good. Could be an AI. No. That's what an AI would say. That's not true. One time I was helping mom with groceries. Fish bottle broke into the whole carpet interior. No. No way. Oh my god. Wait, so to this day, does that part of the floor smell like fish sauce? Because ain't no way you're getting that smell out of your carpet. I feel like it'd be so pungent. Yeah, you gotta throw out the whole house out. True. You gotta light it on fire before it creates babies. That is forever. Fish sauce is very, very pungent. We took the whole thing out, detailed it, put in a new rug. Oh my. That is so funny. Anyways, guys. I finally need to get up and use the bathroom. But also, I was going to say, I just got my 10% warning. My battery's low anyways. I think now is a good time to call it. Gasping, are you okay? Yeah, I'm fine. I'm fine. It's just every night's like this because my allergy meds are kind of fading away. Yes. I know. We were having such a good time. I know. It was fun. I know. It was really fun. Take us with you? No, that's kind of weird. I gotta use the bathroom. But also, it is a good time for me to sleep too. Because tomorrow, I have another poker stream. I know. I've changed. But listen, guys. We in a recession. I need to get the bag, I need to get that bag. So, same format. I did ask for permission for the giveaway times to be a little different. So people aren't like just camping my stream just for the giveaway and then cuss me out when they don't get it and then leave. So I'm going to try to see if I can do a giveaway in the beginning of the stream and then a giveaway maybe partway through or maybe even at the end. Because only the real ones should deserve the giveaway in my opinion. Anyways, I'll see you guys tomorrow for poker. And then we'll do more either gaming or reacts. I'm not too sure. Not sure how I feel. But I'll see you guys tomorrow. I believe it's around the same time. It's 9 p.m. start. But I'll probably start earlier tomorrow. Depending on my schedule. We'll see. We shall see. Bye. It's been fun. Yes, this has been fun. Hope you guys enjoyed the new format. It seems like you guys did. I don't know. But yeah, my phone, it looks like the chat was popping off today. And that makes me very happy. So yeah, good night, guys. Good night. Thank you to all the subs, by the way. When I'm in this mode, I don't see the alerts. But you're very appreciated. Thank you so much for putting food on my table. I really appreciate it. All right. Bye. Good night. Don't let the bed bugs bite. See you guys tomorrow. Thank you for all the love. Appreciate it.